One of the best developments in climbing shoes in recent years is that performance shoes have got significantly more comfortable. And the Method S by Black Diamond is a good example of this. It's designed with performance in mind, but also offers a high degree of comfort. It's soft, sensitive, and specialist, designed with dynamic bouldering in mind, both indoors and out, but it particularly excels in that competition style of climbing. Dare I say it, but I think this could be Black Diamond's best shoe yet. But given that it's been designed by Greek resoling legend George Vlaandreas, it's perhaps no surprise. This is the man whose legendary resoles involve the complete rebuild of shoes that have been utterly destroyed, bringing them back to life and making them as good as if they were new. The Method S is a supremely comfortable shoe, and according to Black Diamond, it's designed with steep climbing in mind. Now, we found it to be actually a much better all-rounder than that. It is fantastic on steep terrain, courtesy of its soft nature, which allows you to smedge, smear and edge, and just generally paste your foot onto marginal footholds, and it sticks. But the same can also be said for slabs, particularly indoors, where you can put your feet on the most marginal of features, and once again, it sticks. Where it's potentially at its weakest is on vertical terrain. Again, this isn't something you tend to notice indoors as much, but if you are standing around on footholds outside, the lack of support within the shoe will make itself known. But at the end of the day, this is a technical bouldering specialist and not something you expect to be trad climbing in. Where the Method S excels though is within comp style problems, where you've got big volumes and toe hooks and dynamic moves that require all of the rubber being pasted around the toe to get the maximum purchase that you can get. And within that environment, the shoe's flexibility is a massive asset. The Method S is a downturned, asymmetrical shoe with a single strap for closure. It's available in both a men's and a women's version in high and low volume. In terms of its fit, it sits somewhere at the narrower side of the spectrum, but it does have quite a bit of volume around the forefoot. And the reason for this is because it's designed to be worn with your feet knuckled up against the end. That said, if you don't have narrow feet, don't write it off immediately. My feet are most definitely at the wider end of the spectrum, but given how soft it is, it does actually gel around the shape of your foot remarkably well. Due to the nature of the soft mesh used, coupled with the amount of soft rubber around the top, it feels more like a rubber sock than it does an actual climbing shoe, and does morph and mold around the shape of your foot, which is why it's so comfortable. And size-wise, Black Diamond have hit the nail on the head, producing a shoe that feels true to size. So you'll be around about the same shoe size as you will be in your high street shoes. The Method S uses Black Diamond's Black Label Fuse rubber, which is their stickiest and softest compound. Stickier, in fact, than Vibram's XS Grip 2, or so it's said. In practice, these things are really difficult to judge objectively, but I have noticed how sticky it is. It is a truly exceptional sticky compound. Now, on the plus side, this is the reason why it's so good on volumes, but on the downside, that's perhaps why it's a little weaker on edges, because it rolls a little bit more. Now, the horseshoe midsole that's used helps to mitigate this, but it is a little noticeable in use. Black Diamond have used 3.75 mil of that rubber compound, which is a pretty precise amount that's slightly more than 3.5 and slightly less than 4 mil. There's one area that the Method S could improve. It's within the heel, which feels a little bit clunky. Now, it's actually quite good to use. It's actually quite solid and firm and stays stable whilst heel hooking, but it feels maybe a little bit insensitive. It's one part and feels like it might benefit from being 3 parts, say. So overall, I've really enjoyed using the Method S. It's a fun shoe to climb in, it's comfortable, and particularly indoors and on comp style problems, it's an absolute joy to climb in.
This is lit.